Hi there, Zamir for NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of Fubar Season 1 starring the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, I have to say that this show isn't that great. If it wasn't for Arnie being in the lead role, people would forget about this. It would be a stereotypical, generic bullshit, fucking American bollocks, straight off the fucking conveyor belt. That it would be lost in the fucking mix, so to speak. Schwarzenegger, his presence basically enhances this product. But regardless, even he can't make this product any better. It just gives it some star power, nothing more. There's a lot of that stupid, quirky American humor that you get in this show, which probably works with the fucking dickheads across the pond. But unfortunately, in the more civilized parts of the world, that sort of humor is not too great. But as I was watching all 8 episodes to review for our channel, I did start to get more engrossed with the show, and I was able to put up with the humor a lot more easier as I went along. There are some good moments, and there's a lot of callbacks to some of the previous movies that Schwarzenegger has done. Obviously, he's mentioning Danny DeVito in Twins. The sex scene he has with his ex-wife kind of resembles when his character from Twins lost his virginity. We have the term Alabama tick mentioned by Arnold Schwarzenegger, that term used by the character of Billy in Predators. There's probably a couple more other things that are kind of forgotten about right now, in this particular show. So, yeah, it is trying to give you some member berries and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Diego Luna, he plays the villain. He's not too bad in it. He's somebody Schwarzenegger knew when he was in his prime as an agent who took care of him when he was younger, but he did kill Diego Luna's dad when he was younger, but his dad was some sort of Colombian drug lord and shit like that. And unfortunately for Diego Luna, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and he becomes one as well, but he has vengeance on the mind, so he wants to be a terrorist too, and he's got all these little nuclear warheads, and he's planning to blow some shit up or something like that. Who fucking cares, to tell you the truth? Obviously, nothing gets blown up because the good guys fucking save the day in the process. But their regular lives kind of intertwine with their lives of being CIA agents, because this is not just about Schwarzenegger. This is also about his daughter as well, who are both CIA agents, who both find out in the first episode that that each other is a CIA agent, and they're both undercover. And they're still keeping a secret from their mother and their brother. Well, in this case, his daughter's brother, his son, who are totally oblivious that their sister, their dad, is their husband, their daughter is a spy. And this kind of harkens back to True Lies a little bit, and there are some True Lie member berries as well, with Tom Arnold having a cameo in one particular episode too. So it almost feels like a True Lies sequel to a degree, with the continuation of Schwarzenegger's character having to live a double life, and he's doing a lot better job in it this time around. But he's also close to retirement too. He's got one more job to deal with the Diego Luna character, somebody he knew when he was younger, which is why once he deals with that, he can put his feet up. But his daughter, he's also worried about her. He's being a father to his daughter, in the sense of being very protective, won't really let her do much. At the same time, she herself wants to get away from him and get out of his shadow and not, be mollycoddled by her dad, who happens to be her superior officer. There's a few other characters in this as well, supporting cast members, who make up the rest of the team. Their names escape me. One of them, though, is a guy called Alden, who's like a very good looking guy and stuff like that. He's like the James Bond member of their team. He speaks dozens of languages, very smooth and all of that, can shag anybody who wants. And at one particular point, Schwarzenegger's daughter Emma and him get it on, but Emma herself, also has a real life partner back in the real world, so love triangles and all of that, and all the conflict, as well as Schwarzenegger trying to get back with his ex-wife, who herself has moved on from him because he was never around, because he was too busy being a spy, but she never knew that he was a spy. As far as she's concerned, her husband owns a shop that sells gym equipment. Yeah, it's fucking silly, fucking stupid. There are action scenes in this, but Schwarzenegger himself is an old man now, so like we are getting body double shots when it comes to some of the action scenes, and you're not buying it because the movement of the body double differs to the movement of Schwarzenegger, and so it just doesn't blend very well. The action itself is not that great. It's just generic shooting at times and some stupid punch-ups. Nothing too spectacular. The comedy, as I said earlier, not too fantastic either. Just the overall camaraderie and like just the chemistry between the characters and the progression of their storylines is kind of what gets you more interested in the latter episodes once you put up with all this fucking bullshit. Because initially when I was watching this, I didn't really give a fuck about this show too much. I just wanted to review it for our channel, and I was only maybe watching one episode every couple of days. But by the last few episodes, I decided to binge it all because I knew the finish line was in sight. And by that particular time, enough of a story has developed for me to be, engrossed enough to want to see this shit through. And it is better than fucking Citadel, which I stopped fucking reviewing, by the way. That was a pile of bollocks. But yeah, overall, this was a decent show by the end, and I have to say that very begrudgingly. But doesn't mean that it's not. It doesn't mean that it's a good show. It's still reasonably average. Only kept relevant because it's got a superstar at the helm of it. If it didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main star, nobody would give a fuck about this. And his star power doesn't improve this. It just makes it watchable, if you know what I mean. I'm going to give this show, Fubar, a 5 out of 10. It does end on a cliffhanger. We'll see what happens if there will be a second season to this. I'm not so sure if I really want one. But to Schwarzenegger himself, you need to take a leaf out of Sylvester Stallone's book. Because Stallone is doing something totally different when it comes to the Tulsa King. As he ages, he's going down different avenues, and Tulsa King is being one of them. While Schwarzenegger still feels he can play characters he's played in the past by doing this show in Fubar, basically replicating True Lies or making a True Lies sequel, an unofficial sequel, so to speak. Even though it doesn't follow the continuation of True Lies, it does feel like almost like a reboot of True Lies, with this character being a lot older, near retirement. And Schwarzenegger, you can't do this, mate. This is just not you anymore. You need to find something else. People might call Schwarzenegger a bad actor, but he's been doing this stuff for over 40 fucking years. Just flex your acting chops a little bit, Schwarzenegger. Try something else. You don't have to do all this generic bullshit action drama comedy crap, for Netflix. I'm sure you're capable of maybe showing people a bit more range than this fucking bollocks. The sort of range fucking Sylvester Stallone is showing in the Tulsa King, which is a far superior show, much more funnier, about things that are way more interesting than the bollocks fucking Schwarzenegger is doing. Anyway, Sylvester Stallone is a superior actor. He's been nominated for a fucking Oscar and has written and directed movies, which is a lot more than fucking Schwarzenegger's done. All right, let me know what you think. I give it a 5 out of 10. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We're not only here on TikTok, we're also here on YouTube. We are the greatest channel you never heard of. Take care, bye-bye, and send me your thoughts below.